What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Today, we're headed back into the Evolution Cup, where I wanted to give Zweilous a try. This Pokemon, I feel like right now, is actually pretty well positioned in the meta. There's a lot of Charjabug, a lot of Crocalor, and also a lot of ghost types like Dusclops, and even Shadow Haunter are pretty common right now. So I feel like a Pokemon like a Dark Dragon like Zweilous here should be in a very good spot. I'm going to pair it up with Dusclops as well as Charjabug. This looks like a lot of fun. I'm excited to see it in action. But before we get to the battles, I want to ask if you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. Helps out quite a bit, and I'd really appreciate it. But yeah, let's get to the battles and see what this team can do. Shadow Zweilous into regular Primeape. Okay, kind of a scary lead matchup here, not gonna lie. I'm gonna bring in my Charjabug, instantly met by a Crocalor here, which I'm gonna be honest, not my favorite Pokemon to see. With that said, the way this timing is working out, I might be able to get to 2 discharges before they're able to get to their move, unless they want to throw on alignment here, which I don't know how much that would help them. So yeah, I'm gonna go for this. And honestly, I think I might get a shield or a knockout, depending on what they want to do here. I wouldn't be upset to see a shield honestly come up right now, but we'll see what happens. They go for the shield. Okay, nice. Like, the thing is, Primeape, as good as that thing is a Pokemon that really doesn't want to take any damage, right? So even when it's in a good matchup, being at an energy deficit could be bad, or a shield deficit at that. I'm going to bring in my Dusclops. Maybe they crunched, maybe they disarming voiced. They do crunch, so a good call by them to not just instantly throw the move. They got the debuff, which, I'll be honest, I did not need that in my life. That is a little bit annoying. But it's fine. We'll go here for the farm down. We still survived this move, but they got the double debuff! That's illegal. Dang. Okay. Well, we'll bring in our guy here. And, I mean, Charjabug in the backline is playable. So they're already at 4. Do I ever shield the Rage Fist? I think I kind of have to, unfortunately. It is unfortunate how low on HP my Dusclops is here, but it could still be very playable in the backline. We'll go for the Body Slam just to try our very best to knock this out. I think I might need to get to a Dark Pulse against that Charjabug if I want to win this game. So they're at 3. Okay, they do shield that. And they do end up going for another Rage Fist here, but I do have to shield this up. The very awkward thing is, these Karate Chops are going to start doing an insane amount of damage to us, but I do have to overfarm here to be able to get to my next move against that Charjabug, right? So I'll go here for a bit of an overfarm, and we'll see, I guess, at this point, if I'm 8 Dragon Breaths away from a Dark Pulse. If I am, then I can win this game. If not, then I might need to make a catch to have some sort of play. I think I might get there. Oh, nice. They actually get there on pretty good timing here, too. I'll go for the Dark Pulse. It's a Shadow Dark Pulse. It is going to hurt quite a bit, but I don't know if it's quite enough to knock out. Yeah, not a knockout here. Maybe I should have even gone for a catch. I kind of figured they weren't going to instantly throw him. Yeah, that's actually bad for me now. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. If 2 Volt Switches knock us out, then we lose. If not, we're good. Oh, I threw this game so hard. I had, like, a guaranteed win con. I just throw a Dragon Breath. I see if they're in a fast move. Okay, I don't hate how I played that game until the end. That was not the team's fault. That was me. Oh, I must have queued into Open Great League. Well, the good news here is this is actually a pretty playable lead for us. The bad news is there's probably going to be, like, a Tinkaton in the back line somewhere. So we'll see what's going to happen with that. They're at 6 right now, so they have access here to a Poison Fang, and if they're staying in, likely they're going to throw it to just try to debuff me. They would survive a Body Slam here, but they actually end up shielding that anyway. And honestly, getting rid of this so my Dusclops doesn't have to see it is not a bad thing. They're at 7 right now, so they do have access to a Crunch if they wanted to throw that, but no, they do go for that. Classic attack. 4. Okay, so they're at 5 after the residual they have. They're 1 away from reaching their next Poison Fang here, but our Dragon Breaths are shredding them quite a bit. I mean, so are the Sucker Punches, right? But I'm generating a lot more energy than they are, so I should be able to bank up a lot of energy here, potentially. And we'll see what they bring in. I wouldn't be surprised, again, to see a Tinkaton in the backline. That would make a lot of sense here. And I should get the full farm down. I do. Okay, nice. We'll see what comes in. Okay, well, that's not a Tinkaton. I'm going to go for the Dark Pulse here, because honestly, a Shadow Dark Pulse is going to do a decent chunk of damage here, and avoiding this with my Charjabug could be pretty good, actually. We'll go in Dusclops. We have Ice Punch here, which is, in fact, super effective. Well, we're RPSing this guy, actually. Wow. Okay. With that said, it's not like this is a slam dunk match for Charjabug. Well, that Sneak probably seals it, though. They just threw on alignment. Is this a Surf? If so, they can get to another move a little bit sooner, but no, okay. Wow, this game worked out a lot better than I thought it was about to. We'll go for the Discharge. You know, maybe we don't want to queue up. Maybe, honestly, Competitor Cup's the way to go. Who needs Evolution Cup when you got the Open Great League? I should be able to farm this down in 1. And now we even have some energy just to chip down the Clodsire a little bit. Not that an X-Scissor is going to do anything here, but maybe I can get them into range where like 1 Ice Punch and a Shadow Punch could be enough. We'll see what they want to do, though. Dusclops is such a bulky Pokemon here that even if they get to an Earthquake, they're going to do almost nothing to us here. I think I can survive 1 easily, 2 maybe even. I don't know. We'll find out, won't we? Like, Dusclops is so deceptively bulky. You wouldn't expect it from a Pokemon that's just a middle evolution. Oh, easy live on 2 of those. I mean, after seeing that damage, I'm surprised they haven't top lefted, because, like, what is their play at that point? I don't see what they could do. All right, big Ice Punch. I don't think we're quite at the Shadow Punch, are we? Oh, we are, actually. Never mind. Good stuff, Dusclops. We got the win. I will try to make sure not to queue up an open Great League, though, again, because, man, I don't want to fight Mightyanas. Even if I'm good into them, they are so annoying. All right, Shadow's Zweilous into Primeape. Alrighty. Well, we get to see this lead again. Anyway, I'm going to go for the play here, where I switch into my Charjabug, and I guess we bait out another Crocalor. I don't like seeing these. But I do have access to 2 discharges here in just a second, which might end up getting a shield from them. Or if they give us a farm down with our Zweilous, that's also not bad. But the big problem with Crocalor is their coverage is actually really good against my team, right? Both Fire, as well as the Fairy and Dark moves can hit my entire team for super effective, depending on what they throw. So, you know, it's not exactly the best spot to be in. With that said, we do get that shield advantage with Charjabug here, which is pretty nice. Unfortunately, we don't get that final move through. Not that we should or anything, but I'll come in Dusclops here just to absorb the damage. I'm hoping they go for an instant disarming, but they might react and go for Crunch. Yeah, again, they do go for Crunch. That's... Dude! Why do they keep debuffing me? Is the RNG broken or what? I can't believe this is like the 3rd debuff I've had to face here. Okay, at least I didn't get double debuff this time, but man, that is so annoying. Okay, Lairon in the back, that's not great to see necessarily. I'd probably lose this game. And, like, I was probably going to lose it before they freaking debuffed me anyway, but, like, I wish I had more HP to go here. Again, they're going straight Rage Fist, but if I don't shield this, I'm going to lose straight up. But, like, I'm going to lose straight up anyway, unfortunately. Dang, man. Dang. I don't know. I feel like this is a playable team comp to face. But it's just, like, not good enough. And we just don't have quite enough energy here. That's the other big problem. If I could get enough energy to get that second Body Slam before their second Rage Fist, that'd be huge. But we're just a little bit too slow. And the problem is Lairon only takes 5 Metal Sounds to reach a Body Slam. So the only way I get to a Dark Pulse is if they kind of throw this game a little bit. And they, like, let me get there. And then somehow I Shadow Punch. Okay, I get the Dark Pulse, actually. The big question is, will I be able to knock him out with a Dark Pulse plus a Shadow Punch? And honestly, I don't think so. I don't think it'll be enough. Yeah, no. We'll go for the Shadow Punch. Luckily, this time I do actually land the move, but this is just... It's too bulky. Lairon is not the bulkiest Pokemon out there, but it is bulky enough, unfortunately. Yeah, I mean, I gotta admit, I think, once again, I did play this game well, but unfortunately, Lairon is just a little bit too hard to deal with in the back line. We're so close, but yeah, not quite enough. Dang, okay. All right, Shadow's Zweilous into Shadow Dragonair. Okay. You know what? I'm kind of fine with this. I don't have a hard answer to this Pokemon, so kind of just a neutral matchup here is never bad to see. All right, they are at 10. I wonder if they're running Wrap, or if they're going to go for like a Dragon Pulse, or maybe just Aqua Tail for better pacing. We'll find out shortly. Body Slam gets a shield, makes sense. Okay. Oh, I was going to catch there in a second, but looks like they overfarmed just enough. Likely going to be an Aqua Tail, I'd have to guess. Yeah, because this way they can CMP us on the second one. Okay, looks like we both had a pretty similar strategy there. This is not the best spot to be in, although that sneak doesn't hurt. I think they might have thought the fast moves were misaligned a little bit more than they were. But we swapped right at the same time. So Surf's not going to one-shot us here. With that said, they will be able to potentially knock us out with the next move, because they will get to a second Surf, even after that sneak, right? I think. Yeah, they should. 3, 4... Yeah, because I'm 2 hexes away. I'm not in a 2-cycle just yet. It takes 3 Shadow Punches for a 2-cycle to happen. We're at 4, 5, 6. Yeah, and they throw right then. Makes sense. But I mean, at this point, at least I've knocked out an Ice-type Pokemon for the most part. My Zweilous should be in a better spot now with this gone. Although their Dragonair, as I said, is still around. It has 8 Dragon Breaths on it. We'll bring this in. They transfer a Volt Switch. Well, I mean, that can't be a Dragon Pulse, right? I'm going to let this go. Maybe it's a mistake. But I feel like not shielding this. And I should be able to Volt Switch down and save a lot of energy on both my remaining Pokemon. Yeah, Dragonair goes down. Celio's still around, but it's pretty low on HP. We'll see what they bring in. Maybe it's their own Charge-Up. Maybe it's like a Lairon or something. I don't know. They're thinking, oh, maybe it's a Morgrim, actually. Which, I mean, sure, that's a Fairy type, but it's also only doing Dark-type damage as far as fast move pressure goes. So my Zweilous actually isn't bad here, as long as I land the X-Scissor properly, which I do actually land that one. 6. Okay, so they have a Foul Play ready to go. But as long as I get to another Body Slam here with my Zweilous, I should be able to win. I don't think they're quite in Body Slam range just yet. Smart swap out by them, but it's not really going to matter. Because at this point, even if they do end up knocking out my Zweilous, I guarantee the Body Slam lands. And then I should be able to just Volt Switch down. Big Body Slam. Yeah, not quite enough for a knockout, but that is definitely 1 Volt Switch range. They have a move, but they need 2, and they can't farm us down. So we just shield this up, and we should get the win. Interesting team. Kind of like a similar idea in the sense that they had a dragon, but I guess that's about the only similarity. So maybe not the similar teams that I thought it was. Although I'm glad my Dusclops avoided that Morgrim. All right, Shadow Zweilous into Shadow Primeape. All right, well, this is the Shadow variant of the Pokemon that I keep on seeing that I don't want to see. Dude, okay. Well, the Crocalor is back. Why not? We'll go for the Volt Switch here, and we're 1 away from the next one. But they are at a move right now. So again, if they really wanted to, they could throw an alignment, but I don't think we're in range where we get knocked out here by an attack. They do throw an alignment, okay. So I get a full sneak. I think I survive a Disarming Voice or a Crunch here, so if this is a Flamethrower, it knocks out. But yeah, Crunch, not anywhere near enough. So I'll go here for the Discharge. I am a little bit nervous about what's going to happen here if they try to farm us down with the Primeape, but you know what? We'll get there when we get there. Oh, okay, honestly, I'm so fine with that shield. Because for once in my life, this thing doesn't have 20 million energy here against us. I'll come in Dusclops, just absorb a Crunch now, and then maybe I should swap out and go for the Dragon Breath down with my Dragon type. I don't hate that, just to get a big energy lead. Okay, we have another Body Slam ready to go. Likely we get a shield here, because Shadow into Shadow especially, this is gonna hurt. It looks like they're at least baiting an Ice Punch, but I bet they always just go straight Rage Fist, because we're Shadow into Shadow. That would likely do enough damage anyway. In comes the Rage Fist. Let's see, I don't think I have enough energy, do I? Oh my goodness, what a catch. I don't know how much that's going to help them, actually, but really good catch. I think the problem for them is, even with this catch here, I'm outside of range, where I get knocked out by a Rage Fist on my Dusclops, and I should get to a Dark Pulse here no matter what. 4, okay. I think we're fine, but, you know, maybe they know something I don't. Yeah, Ice Punch makes sense. And we'll Dark Pulse here. I think this knocks out, but even if it doesn't, they're still forced to throw energy against us before I get the farm down. So we'll see what happens. Big Dark Pulse. Yeah, that just knocks out straight up. We switch here. We go for the Shadow Punch. We survive our Rage Fist. And they seem to know that they don't throw energy. And there we go. We actually beat a Primeape lead. Love to see it. Man, Crocalor keeps on, like, counter-swapping into my Charge-Bug. But luckily, this time they played it, I think, in a worse way than the first couple of times. So I'm actually able to come back from that. All right, Shadow Zweilous into Celio. Okay, well, you know, I don't like a lot of these leads I'm seeing. Wow, I did like that lead. I did like that lead. It was on Water Gun. I should have stayed in there. I was not expecting that. Water Gun Celio, right, okay. At least that means later on that's not going to be as bad for us. I will say the stark increase in Crocalors today, specifically in the backline, is insane to me. But it's okay. You know, sometimes people gotta run the funny little guy with a hat. All right, big Discharge. We got a shield action. Wait, what? Okay, we got a double shield, which I was not expecting. If only I was like on another 2-cycle here. I don't understand the double shield, actually. And they're going over 100 energy by throwing that Incinerate. So this is actually not too bad for us. But I mean, maybe the final Pokemon is so bad for Zweilous, like a Togetic or something. They have back-to-back moves. Don't debuff me, please. Thank you. All right. Well, we're switching back into our Dragonair, I guess. Likely they're not even running an Ice-type attack, right? It's probably Body Slam that they're going to throw into us here. I don't even think that's enough energy for anything else, but I'm still going to shield up the first attack just because I want to save some HP here if possible. Yeah, okay. Body Slam, I'm going to let this go now. Water Guns are adding up a little bit against us, but, I mean, Dragon Breaths are going to add up more. And then we'll have a lot of energy, hopefully for whatever comes in the back line here. We're at 100 energy now. I'll throw the Dark Pulse, and we'll see what they do. I might have to throw another move if this doesn't put them into farm down range in like 4 Dragon Breaths, but I think we're fine, actually. Oh, dude! Ah! They brought in a Dusclops here. I thought they were bringing in the Crocalor! Uh-oh. I gotta stop body slamming Dusclopses. We'll CMP here, though. I think this CMP really helps us out, but like, wow. When am I gonna learn that Ghost resists my normal type damage? Okay. Do 3 hexes knock out this Dusclops from here? If so, I am very happy. Oh, I survived that on 1 HP too. That could actually be kind of huge, just to snipe down the Crocalor later. Okay. I'm going to do an alignment throw. I think that's the play here. They could come in, I guess, with the Celio if they really wanted to, but that wouldn't make much sense to me. Crocalor. We have back-to-back Shadow Punches here. There's no way I won CMP. Did they just not get a sneak or something? Or are they, like, maybe trying to do a peekaboo play? I don't know. But this catch doesn't help. Honestly, this catch, I think, hurts him a little bit here. Because by going for this, now I get at least 4 Dragon Breaths into the, what's it called? The Crocalor. Man, my English bad, as always. Anyway, they're at back-to-back moves now. But I have a shield. I have 2 Pokemon remaining. And I think we're fine here. Like, even if they didn't one-turn lag, I think we'd be in a pretty good spot. Disarming Voice, I guess covering for a catch, but yeah, GG's. All right, next opponent, Zweilous into Morgrim. Oh, dude, that's a shiny Morgrim. That's actually a crazy shiny, I'm not gonna lie. I've never seen that before. Okay. Maybe I should have brought in Dusclops here, because that's a better counter to this, technically. But, like, this is still a really good counter. We're at 7. Heat Wave's gonna hurt, but it's not gonna one-shot. I do kind of wonder what they're gonna have in the backline with this. Morgrim, Togetic. They do win the zeros. I know a Discharge wouldn't have been enough, so I figured might as well just overfarm a little bit here. Make sure I have enough energy that if they do bring back in that Morgrim at some point, maybe I can get to 2 attacks against them. In fact, I kind of want to get 1 more Volt Switch out of this if possible, so I'm going to go for like a bit of an undercharge if I can. Let's see if this is going to work or if this is a stupid play. Ah, it's not even a good enough undercharge. I'm so sad now. Okay, well, I'm not going to stay in here. Okay. I have so much energy here. And I have energy on my Charge Bug as well. Disarming Voice makes sense. Okay, but they have a Foul Play loaded. But honestly, them bringing the Morgrim back in here is exactly what I wanted to see. I'm outside of range where I get knocked out by a Foul Play, I believe. They shield the Body Slam, okay. I guess we'll see if a Foul Play puts us into 1 Sucker Punch range, though. Because if that's the case, then I don't get both my Body Slams off. I think I survive. And then I should be able to get my next Body Slam here. And that will put them into a range where I can likely manage this a little bit better with my backline. Why do they keep shielding that? That's fine by me, I guess, because Body Slam, I think, is going to do less damage than anything my Charge Bug could throw into them. And we'll see how it plays out. Although that does do a lot of damage, actually, not going to lie. Alright, we're actually just 1 Volt Switch away from a Discharge as well. And thanks to deferring the damage later on, or earlier on in this game, we actually are easily going to be able to get there. Oh, actually, we technically don't knock them out. But yeah, we're still good, I think. Because as I was saying, we do land this attack. And we survived that on 1 HP, which is kind of funny. which means you also get one more Volt Switch against them. I can transfer the damage, come in Dusclops, not get debuffed, because I've had enough of those debuffs today, and we should be fine. But watch them get a Crunch debuff here. That's like the one chance for them to win this game. Okay, no debuff. And we should be able to Hex down the Morgrim. They need to be at the move after one Sucker Punch to get a Foul Play off. Shadow Punch knocks out the Crocalor. Morgrim comes back in, but they should be not at the move just yet. Nice. GG's. Shadows Zweilous into Celio. Yikes. Not the lead I want to see, but at least it's playable. Well, that's less playable. RPS, yay. Not exactly the matchup I was hoping for in the backline. Man, I don't think my Charger Bug has seen like a single good matchup today. Why is that the case? I don't know. People do not like this poor little bug. We should survive a Rock Tomb barely from here and get the next move off, but we're going to take a lot of chip damage. I think I still have a Dragon Tail too, so we can throw one more fast move. But I don't have a great secondary answer to Celio on my team here. So I don't know exactly what to do. That does nothing after that debuff. Wow. All right, Dusclops. Do something, buddy. At least it's going to force them here to throw their energy. Rock Tomb will debuff my attack stat, but that's about all it's going to do. I'm going to switch out. They might swap even. Okay. Well, they haven't thrown just yet. I mean, we do outpace to the body slams thanks to our energy lead, but that's about all we'll ever land here. They do shield that. Good. And honestly, these Dragon Breaths are adding up quite a bit here. But the final Pokemon would have to be something that I'm really good against if I want any chance to win this game. And I don't know how many Pokemon there could even be in the backline that would fit the description of what I need. They should be 5 away from the next Body Slam right now. So keep that in mind. I think I have to go for the Dark Pulse to guarantee a knockout. But maybe I should go just double Body Slam to guarantee damage. We'll see. Dark Pulse gets a shield. Wow, that's not good. And we don't get the catch off either. Oh, okay. Well, this game is almost certainly unwinnable now. I guess I should have gone double Body Slam. They must be weak to Zweilous making that play. I mean, they kind of are, but not really. I get 2 Shadow Punches, but they can just build up enough energy here. That's unfortunate. That's like, it's close to having play, but unfortunately for us, when we're in a spot here where I have such a bad position for the first half of the game, it's so hard to come back from that. Just about as RPS as it could get. Dusclops was actually a little bit safer, though, this game. So, like, potentially, if I were to have, say something Dusclops, maybe that would have been a better spot. We'll Dark Pulse, try to knock out the Marshtomp, but I'm pretty sure we're just going to get farmed down by even, like, they get another Dragon Tail against us, if not just the Powder Snows. But at least we knocked out one Pokemon. Yeah, if I went, like, straight Body Slam, maybe that could have been an idea. It was close, though. We'll see Shadows Zweilous into Morgrim. Okay, you know, as far as the leads I've been getting go, I don't hate this one. Last time we saw this matchup, though, my opponent swapped out, which is kind of interesting. 9, so they have a play rough right now. I would be surprised if they ever full send here, because that is so much energy down the drain, and straight foul play is pretty playable for them. We'll see what they want to do. They do throw their move. But with that said, it is almost certainly a foul play. Yeah, I probably should call that, but I'm not going to, because I have a Dusclops in the back line. Oh, hey, look at that. That's a good spot to be in. I'm going to go for the Dark Pulse here, actually. And then I'm going to bring in my own Charger Bug, just so I can guarantee that it has some play this game. Dark Pulse is going to put him down pretty low. That should honestly be Volt Switch downrange. And they likely went for the X-Scissor there, but I don't know, maybe they went for a Discharge. Yeah, X-Scissor makes sense. They'll get a second one off, but I'm going to get like 4 Volt Switches out of this, which is a lot of energy to have. I might even get another one. I might get 5. Yeah, I get 5. Okay. I mean, back-to-back attacks, that's really good for us. They can't really bring in the Morgrim, because I have so much energy here, but maybe they do just to try to drain our energy. Let's see what happens. They could bring in... Oh, Crocalor. I should have done a Volt Switch there. Bit of a misplay by me, but it's fine. We have back-to-back moves. I actually get my second one off. Just in case they swap into their other guy, I'm going to throw an alignment here. I don't have to. I technically could have gone for an extra Volt Switch here, but just in case they swapped into Morgrim, I wanted to make sure we landed that move. It's a lot of damage to get there. I guess we bring in the Dusclops here just to absorb damage. Okay, Morgrim comes in. I mean, I'm not that scared of Morgrim, I don't think, right now. I'm going to let this go, actually, because I don't think a foul play does that much. Like, it knocks us pretty low, but, like, it doesn't one-shot us. Do I survive 3 Sucker Punches? I do, actually, so I get a second Shadow Punch off here. That's not great for them, probably. We'll see how great it is, I guess. Nice. We'll go for the Ice Punch here. Just guarantee a shield or a knockout at this point. And they should be at 2 Incinerates on the Crocalor, right? So I always want to make sure that I'm, like, within 4 Dragon Breaths of a move to knock out the Crocalor. Big foul play. We shield that up. Okay. We don't fall for the catch. We have back-to-back body slams. And now we throw one here, one into the Morgrim, and we should be fine. Big body slam. And we don't win CMP, so if they have a foul play now, that will knock us out, but they shouldn't be at it just yet. I could have Dark Pulsed, actually. Maybe I should have. But you know what? We're going to body slam here, just guarantee the win. And GG's to them. All right, Shadow's Zweilous into Shadow Primeape. All right, not a great lead. Likely going to be one of those funny Crocalors in the back line, right? But it's fine if that's the case. 6, wow, they're staying in. That's actually amazing for us, because just getting the fast food pressure here can potentially put them into a spot this game where I can just knock them out. Oh, actually, a close combat even, so they're at 1. They do chip us down quite a bit by doing that, but now they're so low on HP on that Primeape, and they have no energy either, so I'm really not upset about that. They're at 3 here. I wonder what their moveset's going to be. I've seen a lot of different movesets on Charge Bug in this meta. That's a CMP? Okay. Well, if they crunch us here, that's going to be good to know that that is a move they have. If they go for a different attack, I guess we'll see. I would love to see a crunch come through right about now. X-Scissor? Okay, well, fair enough, I guess. I'm going to go in with my Shadow's Zweilous here. And I'm going to 1 shield farm down. Because I should be able to get shields back from that Primeape. They're only at 1 Karate Chop right now, which means they're 4 away from a close combat, 3 away from, like, a Rage Fist. So we'll see what they want to do. And that's a lot of energy to get here. And I bet Dragon Breath is going to shred through that Primeape. Okay. Not the best Pokemon to see necessarily, but, like, I think it's pretty playable. Because I'll get to 3 Body Slams guaranteed in this matchup. And then we'll see what they want to do. Body Slam gets a shield. 6, okay. Because if shields go down here, then that Primeape is in a lot of trouble. Okay, or if they bring in the Primeape here, that's also not amazing for them. They're 1 away from a Rage Fist, and I think I'm 1 away from my next move. Yeah, so I just get this off. And now I think that I should be fine here with my Dusclops just getting to 2 Shadow Punches against them. But we'll see. Maybe I don't. Maybe they get to 2 Surfs here first. But 2 Shadow Punches should easily be enough. Alright. I do get 2 Shot by Surfs. And they should be... actually, I don't even know what they're on cycle-wise here. They need to be 3 away from the move, though, to get it off first. And I don't know if they are. And honestly, it's going to be kind of close whether or not that next Surf would knock me out anyway if they get it after 1 Powder Snow. Shadow Punch hurts. Nice, we just get there. Good stuff, Dusclops. That was a tricky lead, man. But luckily, whenever they don't have a hard answer to Charge Bug, it makes my life a lot easier. For once in my life, no Crocalor. And that was pretty nice to see. Alright, Shadow's Zweilous into Charge Bug. Okay, we actually want to lead, unless they're on Bug Bite, I guess. We'll see if that's a possibility. Now they're on Volt Switch. And they're staying in here just because they know at this point that I would have to shield the move. They do outpace us too, so I guess we'll shield. And we'll see what they want to do after the fact. Do they stay in and force me to throw energy here? Oh, based. I kind of need to get rid of this, though. My back line is not great into opposing Zweilous, so we will just spam out all of our energy here if we can. 9. All right, do they go for a shield? They might. They just might. Body Slam lands, actually. Okay. I mean, I survive a move too, though, right? So I should be able to let this go and farm down. And now there's a Charge Bug that's been chipped down a decent amount. I'll probably have enough HP to threaten another move against the Charge Bug later on. Okay, well, that's annoying, but playable. I was kind of hoping to get a Body Slam off there, but I do need Switch against this. 5, that's a Rock Tomb, potentially. Dude, how does he do that? Okay, good catch, I suppose. That is slightly annoying. But, I mean, this is still not the worst-case scenario for us, because I can build up a little bit more energy here. They're in a range where one attack knocks them out from my Charge Bug, and I should be able to get a lot of chip damage into that Hawkamo at the very least. They'll be forced to throw a Rock Tomb into my Charge Bug to knock us out. Alright, X-Scissor here. And we'll see if we get a shield or not. I'd be very surprised to see one, but maybe they do if they're crazy. Alright, big X-Scissor. Our opponent goes for the no shield. They're already at about 100 energy on the Hawkamo, so they're likely going to throw a move here. Yeah, makes sense. Honestly, this might be insane. I'm going to shield this up. Oh, it's a Dragon Claw? Well, that's crazy. Like, even crazier than I thought it was. But that's fine. I mean, if they let this go, they might just be in farm down range. They kind of have to let it go. Okay, well, maybe I'm a little bit ambitious there. That's not really farm down range. But maybe I get to 3 Shadow Punches now, before they get to 2 Dragon Claws. That's kind of what I have to do, right? I think. Dragon Claw is so unique in this meta, actually. I have a lot of energy here. They need to get back-to-back Dragon Claws. Maybe a Brick Break plus a Dragon Claw if they are running that. We'll see, though. Dusclops, come on, buddy. I know I survive at least 1 Dragon Claw here. Am I on my 1 cycle? Well, not, it would be a 2 cycle, rather. But, like, am I 1 hex away from my next move? They do Brick Break first. That is so smart. Now, if they're 1 away from their next attack, they probably win this game. Or if they're 2 away from a Dragon Claw, and I'm not 1 away. Please, Dusclops. I have so much faith in you, buddy. Oh, I'm 2 away. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. See, I told you, the Brick Break into Dragon Claw play. That's so heads up. That is so heads up. Unfortunate. Dragon Claw is a very cool idea, I guess, in this meta. Maybe I should have just saved my shield for my Dusclops, but I did not. Alright, Shadow's Zweilous into Crocalor. Okay. They can one-shot us with a Disarming Voice, but this is where I want to see it. Oh my goodness. I get to have my Charge Bug in a positive matchup. We'll see what they want to do here, if they want to maybe shield through this matchup at some point. But I imagine at this point, they wouldn't be upset just getting a farm down with their Crocalor. Okay. Go for Discharge right about now. I hope this knocks out, but it might just barely not. And if that's the case, it's a little bit tragic, because honestly, I don't really know what I'd want to do then. Okay, it does knock out. That's actually helpful. Get a Volt Switch through them. We get a Discharge as well. And while this Discharge doesn't really do that much damage, it will put them into a range where a Body Slam should be enough to knock them out later on. So now I get to save a lot more energy with my Zweilous later on. Could have hard pivoted maybe there to give him less farm, but I don't think that's the play. I think the play is to not switch lock in my Zweilous in case there's like a really bad matchup for us in the backline. But they're also getting pretty close here to range where a Shadow Punch could knock him out from my Dusclops, so that's also not bad. Body Slam should be enough from here, so we'll see what they do. Do we get a shield or a knockout? We get a shield, okay. Interesting. Try to catch here with an X-Scissor, but yeah, they're a little bit more patient. They save it. But I do have a lot of energy at this point on both of my Pokemon, right? Where I would probably need to take 2 Crunches to get knocked out if they're running that. They are running Crunch, makes sense. But I get to another Shadow Punch here before they can build up as much energy as they need. So if I get 2 Shadow Punches off, then my Zweilous just wins. And if I don't, then my Zweilous also just wins because of different reasons. Yeah, they're forced to throw all of their energy here, and I have a lot of energy on Zweilous. I just need 3 body slams to win this game. 1 to take a shield, and 2 to get knockouts. Okay, we'll body slam now. Likely we see a no shield, but maybe if they think they can get to another move here, they'd shield. But I think they should be relying on their Crocalor as like their best win con. Nice, we have the next move. They basically have to be at back-to-back Disarming Voices now to win this game. And yeah, they're not quite. GG's. Turns out Shadow's Zweilous is a very strong Pokemon here. There are a few tricky matchups for it, like the Primeapes and the Celios, but aside from those Pokemon, this thing is so flexible and it's a lot of fun to use, so give it a go if you have one. But thank you for watching, take care, and we'll see you in the next one.